can actually change the songs on it. I've seen the great big ones at different antique places, but I've never seen a small individual music box like this. What's it playing? Nobody knows.
It's familiar. I recognize the occasion. Yeah.
Way down south in Dixie? Dixie?
I'd never guessed
We
it.
don't have any soldiers here today. It'll shut off when it gets good and ready. Okay, y'all know about record players and records, and he doesn't understand it anyway, so I'm going to jump over this and go into my favorite. Okay, you can stop. Thank you. Alright, this is called an Edison Amberola. Now, I call it an antique, a modern antique. It's modern because it has the megaphone that used to stick out here all nice and inside. And this is not made out of beeswax, which the original ones were. So it's a modern antique. This brought voices into the home for the very first time. That is an Edison Amberola. How would you like to listen to that every day?
No thanks.
I love music. It's my favorite. And it sounds cool.
You like that?
Yeah.
No way to turn it down either.
Well, I listen to that far around. That's quiet to me.
Okay, I was talking to y'all about the Seven Likes Brothers. There they are over there on the piano.
The Seven
And
Likes
on the left
Brothers.
is their plantation, which is on Fort Dade Avenue. And 481 and Fort Dade, okay. All right, we're going to go across into the doctor's office.
Oh, it's really cool.
When you guys come back downstairs, remind me to tell you about the history in the other two rooms.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. I'm very sad. Oh, no.
Likes Brothers in the Likes Plantation on Fort Dade Avenue. Coming.
But at one time, this house was so full.
The one thing we do have to do is stay with the tour.
Yeah, we got rid of things that didn't fit, but we wanted to keep certain things so the kids would know what it was like. That's what it looked like when I had to go to the dentist when I was little. And little boys are really big boys. You know what that is, don't you?
Barbershop?
There, yes, finally. Little boys have no idea because they don't go to a barber anymore. You know? Where do you get your hair cut?
I go to a barbershop.
Oh, you do? What about you?
My grandmother, she used to work at a barbershop.
Okay, because normally they go to a stylist or their mother or grandmother. I used to cut my grandson's hair too, so. Anyway, that's a barber chair. Do you know what the thing is there on the floor?
No.
Oh, now, we have to teach them a lesson. You don't know either? All right, picture back in the day, especially if you're watching an old Western of some sort. Wherever men gathered, they either chewed tobacco or dip snuff. And when you chew tobacco or dip snuff, what do you need to have handy?
Spit.
Something to spit in. That is a spittoon. So if they were wherever men gathered, you had a spittoon. All right. Now you all know what a spittoon is. All right, from here around,
Get up
now we
there.
can see the hospital items. This at one time was the only hospital bed they had, or the surgical table. It was the examining table, surgical table, birthing table, x-ray table. It did it all. Okay? Thank goodness they have more now. Then we have over here a beautiful steam-powered autoclave. And behind it, an X-ray machine.
What is it? A steam powered.
Autoclave, used for sterilizing doctor's equipment.
Oh.
In the glass case, we have medical supplies, optical supplies in the center, and veterinary supplies over on the left. On the table over there, in that white box, that is one of the original incubators for
Oh,
babies,
wow.
believe it or not. Thank God they've improved on them over the years. That
A
would
little
be terrible to
casket.
put a baby in something like
My
that.
God.
But evidently it worked, and they have
Oh, I'm
improved
sorry.
on it.
Putting them in a chest.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, or a coffin, it looks almost
That's what I
like.
just said, a coffin.
Yeah. Would have been very, very scary, but evidently, like I said, it must have worked.
Yeah. The wheelchairs
Okay,
are pretty neat.
On the glass case over there at the end, we have two photos. The one of the older gentleman is Dr. Stringer. The other is his son, Sheldon Jr., which became a doctor like his father. Okay, the two wheelchairs that we have here. The one, if you'll notice, is from Civil War period, and it was actually a hospital chair. It'd be terrible. And then this one over here, when we got it, it was in pieces. And the gentleman that put it
We'll read
together
it
told us
later.
that the chair originally was a rocking chair, and that the wheels came off of the tea table. So I thought, when it first came in, I thought, oh, we've got a wheelchair made by a slave or a slave owner, you know, but no, wasn't that old. Would have been neat though, wouldn't it?
Hmm.
And I was even thinking, not too long ago, this little section right over here, if I was to walk in the doctor's office, and that's what he had, I'd turn around and walk out again.
If that's
That's
what
kind of scary, yeah.
I would become
Looks like a
doctor if
broke
that's
off
what they
fork.
had.
Well, you have to.
I know. What did they use that
The
for?
doctor couldn't
Orthopedic
sit down
equipment.
and write you a prescription and say, here, go to the drugstore.
The handle's
get
probably in their
this.
leg.
That didn't
They
happen.
needed it.
You also couldn't sit down and say, here, go get this blood test at the lab, because he did that also. He made the medicines, he did the blood tests, he did it all.
Wow. So this
You
is
can
like
even
the
see where
medicines.
they
Is
have
that the
orthopedic
medicines?
braces. If you had a
One is
child
for
that was
kidney
crippled, you
function,
actually would go to
brain
the,
sugar.
okay.
Wow.
What
Use
would you
like
call them?
aspirin.
The gentleman that made
crazy.
horseshoes, a furrier.
Remember they used to carry them
Pardon?
bags in the olden days?
The
Come on, right out to your
blacksmith,
house.
and asked him to help him make the braces for the child.
And who's that up there?
I don't know.
Who's that on the wall up here?
I'm sorry?
Who's the picture?
Let me see, this one is who?
George R.
This one is Dr. Greekmore, that's Dr. Howard.
Oh, Dr. Howard.
Yeah, I know one was one and one was the other, but I never knew which was which because I didn't go to either one
Look
of
at
them.
the original picture.
That was one of the original hospitals.
Oh, that's a hospital.
Oh, that's-
I thought it
Yeah,
was this
okay.
house.
Yeah, it was a house turned into a hospital,
Yeah.
but that was the original
Wow.
county hospital.
That's what it's on quarter of MLK name.
I'm sorry?
The corner of MLK name, where it was.
Huh?
Could you imagine that?
Get up there.
Nope. Go for it.
Any questions? Okay, now we're gonna go in my favorite room.
Look at the can opener.
Y'all look up over here behind you as you come in. You can see that's the outside of the house. Y'all come right on in. This used to be a porch. We filled it in and made a gift shop out of it for many years. Lately now they have been,
They've changed it.
yeah, redoing
This used to be over
because
there.
the gift shop is going to be at the back of the house now, but it's not even done yet, so we don't have a gift shop at this point. But we will have someday. Okay, first thing I want to point out to you is the battle flag here behind you. The small picture down in the corner is the flag that Frank Saxon brought back from the Civil War with the actual tatters in it and donated to the Confederate Museum in Richmond, Virginia, where it now hangs. I know for a fact it hangs there. There's been a rumor that it doesn't, but me and Virginia Jackson went there and we saw it being hung. So unless they've taken it down, it's still there. Okay? Can anybody tell me now what this flag is?
It's the Confederate flag.
Ah, bless your heart. What's the name of it?
I don't.
Stars and Bars. This is the Confederate flag. When that's flying, it should only fly on the field of battle. You want to fly a Confederate flag, this is what you're supposed to fly. It's got the 7 states that originally seceded from the Union, and this flag was the Stars and Bars recognized by the 2nd Confederate Congress to represent the Confederacy. Alright? Now normally when somebody comes to the museum to donate, they fill out a accession sheet. And it tells us what the item is, maybe the value, a little bit of history, something that we can talk about. But sometimes we come in here and there's something sitting on the front porch. This here. Needless to say, this was just about the time that we brought that flag in because we were having so much trouble here in town. And so we called the Sheriff's Department to come and get it. And they checked it out and made sure it was safe, and it was. Thank goodness. But no card, no letter, no name, no nothing with it. Then a couple of weeks later, this was on the front porch, but it had a card on it. And it said 1840 musket barrel being used as an axle on a homemade wheelbarrow.
Oh.
And it is an old musket barrel. You can see where the sight is, here and here.
Wow.
And look at how warped it is.
What's like that from using as a wheelbarrow?
Evidently. Okay, now as we go through the house, I kind of have names for certain things, and this is Grandpa. And the reason why it's Grandpa is because he's the oldest thing in the house. He's from the 1600s.
Wow.
He is a ship's cannon. We had to Google him to find out how old he was. Because the young men that brought it in had no idea. Their grandfather had passed away, and their grandmother said, go out back and clean out Grandpa's shed. And they did, and they found this in the back of the shed. Nobody knew why the old man had it, where he got it, what he planned on doing with it, nothing. So they brought it to us. They could have sold it and made some money, but we were lucky enough they brought it to us. So this is Grandpa. Okay, going with the uniforms now. We have Coast Guard, Women's Navy, West Point Cadet, Confederate Civil War, World War I Army, World War II Army Air Corps before they split into separate branches, Women's Army, which is very special because not many women were allowed to wear the Eisenhower jacket, Navy, Coast Guard, these 3 are Korea and Vietnam. Women's Air Force, Army, and Men's Air Force, and she is a full bird colonel, by the way. Then we have Dress Marine and Air Force Rescue. Y'all know what this is?
It's Florida's flag, right?
Pardon?
It's Florida's flag?
No.
Prisoner of war and missing in action flag.
Right, did you hear what he said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. POW, prisoner of war, MIA, missing in action. We have a woman who just retired, who is a docent here for many years, who not too long ago buried her brother, whose bones were finally found and had been missing since the Korean War. So it's still happening. Don't forget it. You guys, make sure everybody your age knows. You know what this is?
Blue Star flag?
I know what it is. It's you put it usually in a window or in the front of the house. It's a star for each member of the household serving.
It was from World War II. Disappeared after World War II. I'm trying to bring it back. Okay? I bought one. When my grandson was in Iraq, he served 3 tours. Each time I went and flew it in the front. Okay, anybody knows anybody that knows anybody that has anybody in Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan. Tell them to get a flag and fly it. We're trying to bring it back. I'm trying to bring it back. Okay? If by any chance, God forbid, the person that has their star in the blue star window is killed in action, the blue star comes off and the gold star goes on in its place. Okay? That's where the gold star mothers come from. This is my husband. I'd like you to meet Sergeant Rusk. This is his uniform. He served a year in Korea and a year in Vietnam. My son served 10 years in the Navy at the end of the Vietnam War. And my grandson served 8 years in the Army and served 3 tours in Iran. So, or Iraq, I'm sorry. So, this is my room. In the glass case, we run from the Civil War all the way over to World War I with just 2 little items from the Revolutionary War. And those are powder holes. That's the only thing we have in the house from the Revolutionary War. Okay, are there any questions of this room? Pardon?
Great room.
Yeah, this was out on the back porch, and what was happening, because there's so many windows on the back, the sun was coming in and kind of bleaching the uniforms, so that's why they brought it in here. And now they're going to turn the back room into a gift room, a gift shop. So if y'all come back and
Over there's somebody. Didn't you see
What
it?
about it?
Yeah, I went over.
You like that? Oh, this,
Just
the man who used to wear this, you know what his name was? Rocky Mountain. Isn't that a funny
When
name?
I was standing by that,
Yeah.
was it something went like this on my
His
head.
nickname was Rocky. There's a picture of him. Yeah. Okay, any questions? All right, we'll go on into the kitchen. Y'all can go this
See,
way
this
and
used
stick
to
your
be
head in
the-
pantry
that used
and
to
see
be-
what's in there.
I'm not going near the pantry. Last time I did that touched my head. Something went like this.
You're kidding.
No, I've been here several times.
Well, nothing messed up my hair, so.
Is there books up to the left, or they move all that around too?
There's no books in there.
Cookbooks? There was.
Okay. Okay, as we go around, make sure y'all take turns sticking your head in the pantry. Then we got butter churn, open bucket, telephone.
This used to be the army room.
We have a new replica.
Really?
What'd you say?
neat.
That's, yeah, I know.
It actually works. It's a
They're new.
telephone.
They never was here before.
Oh, honey.
And if you have a house line, you can connect it to it and still be able to use it.
Oh, that is neat. I'll be darned. Okay, then we got different types of irons. We got cabbage shredders.
Nothing better touch
Well,
me.
this one is the heaviest, but it's a tailor's
The
iron.
books are right
It's
there.
20 pounds.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we have.
There's
one
no books in here.
and that they used to say that it weighed about 15 pounds, so Mrs. Williams will build some good arm muscles doing that.
Yeah, well, I think this is 7 pounds. This is the one that they actually had to use. This was kind of neat because they would put the coals in there, and I love the way they did the chimney so it wouldn't go up in her face. And I always thought these were for children, but they're not. They're for lace. The women just use them for lace. Then we got the shredders for shredding cabbage for your crock pot. That's a crock pot under there.
Okay.
This is the baby of the house. I told you the cannon over there was the grandpa. Well, this is the baby because it's from the 1840s. And it is a mangle. It's an ironer. I remember my mother had one. And I never understood what happened to them. They just kind of, I figured by now there'd be one in every household. But being that I don't even iron anything or buy anything that has to be ironed anymore. But they've gone commercial. The big hotels that do their own
The books are up
laundry,
there.
things like that, they have them. Then we've got 2 old
The
camp
books.
stoves.
This is what I was talking about when I got
And
touched
then
in
we
my
got a
head.
beautiful old wood
We were looking at
stove
these
here
books.
that actually cooked the first school lunches in Hernando County.
It's hot.
If y'all know 98 at all, about halfway between Brooksville and Homosassa, there's a little settlement there. And in the settlement, there's a stone building, and it used to be a schoolhouse. That's where this came out of. The mothers wanted their children to have hot lunches, so what they did was they went and had a fish fry, and they earned enough money to purchase this from Sears Roebuck in Tampa. When it came in, the men went and got it with horse and buggy, brought it back, set it up, and then the mothers had to take turns bringing the food and doing the cooking, which I thought was kind of neat.
How old is it?
Okay.
Yes, it is. My
1929.
stomach hurts.
Circa 1929. Yeah. Okay, then we have the old washing machines. This one here came out just about the time electricity came, because electricity was very undependable. So the gentleman built this with the washing machine, so that if you were in the middle of your wash and the electricity went off, you could finish agitating it by hand. Kind of weird. And then this is kind of special. When it first came out, the women loved it because of this.
The lazy Susan.
You could actually see what was on the bottom, behind in the show without having to get down on the floor. But then they began to hate it. Can anybody tell me why? Look at the shape of it. Awkward. How is ice delivered?
Square.
Can't put a square peg into a round hole. So the very first thing a woman had to do was to shave off all the corners to make it fit. Wasting money, wasting time, wasting energy. And back in those days, they didn't waste anything. Now, I always thought, why couldn't they have kept a round bottom
Yeah, exactly.
and put a square top? There were no women in the industry back then.
Never heard of
I gotta see smart ass somewhere. Y'all looked in the pantry, okay? I see the table is all set up. We're getting ready to bake something good.
Looks like
I wonder what. Is everybody ready to go upstairs? All right. When you go on the stairs, they are narrow and they are steep, so please hold on to the railing and take your time. You up there? Right here. Okay, she's up there.
What happened to the air conditioner? This was something else before too. They've changed it all around.
Oh, this is so pretty.
I felt air. I'm standing right here.
Where?
Right here.
Oh, yeah. Is it cold right there?
Yeah.
Froze you all?
I hope I got that in my camera.
Yeah, freak when I tell you who I'm related to.
Uh-oh.
Elvis.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm related to Robert E. Lee.
Really?
Yeah. I can't do this.
This is our kind of all occasion room and
There's too many people in here.
set up for weddings.
Yeah, I'm gonna step right here. I can't breathe.
No,
I'm just gonna stand.
It's going to be hotter.
Is it?
it doesn't matter, but I'm gonna have a panic attack. There's too many. It's too little of a room for too many people.
The bride in this picture. She weighed 3 pounds.
It does look. It does look prettier in the picture, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it does.
That looks like a nightgown in person.
Yeah. The one behind me was just totally increasing. And a lot of people just don't read pictures for all those. Yeah. Get out of this room because there are a lot of people.
Yes.
As you go down the hallway, everything that's on the walls are all photos.
Oh, wow. Oh, Jordan, look. Look at the old newspapers.
Oh my God, look at this.
Oh, yeah.
All right, you're gonna go into the room on the right.
Right.
On the right, yeah, this room. Victorian style dining room.
This was the master bedroom. This was Dr. Stringer's side of the house. And you'll notice that all of the doors on this side have transoms. Dr. Stringer was very concerned about ventilation. So when he put the doors in, he made sure that there were transoms there and big windows. All of these rooms will open out onto the balconies. Before Queen Victoria, people did not wear white in weddings. She was the first one to wear white wedding. Before that, everybody wore their best dress. So we have some of the best dresses. And we do have a few wedding gowns here. But this was basically for wives to come up here, or the servants to come up here, do their sewing, knitting. Joe, all of you remember the Russia Rhyme Popper's the weasel?
Yeah.
That's the weasel. When I was growing up, I thought they were breeding up animals. This was for the yarn. When it got full, this would pop out. And then they had to. This is called Lindsay Woolsey. It was the first combined fabric. Before that, everything was either linen, cotton, or wool. This was handmade, and it was a bedspread.
Okay.
And again, as I said, everything was donated. This bed came from the Carolinas, and when they brought it down, unfortunately, they lost the top.
Oh, that's
And over here, for gentlemen, men did not change their shirts every day because there was nobody to do laundry. They would change the collars.
Want to see it bigger?
This was a woman's purse that went under her skirt
There's a lot in this house. I can feel it.
to protect her.
Didn't they have those in my style?
And this lovely piece was actually men's underwear. Yeah. Yeah. People seem to think it was women's, but it wasn't. It was too low cut. It was men's. We have more quilts.
Where's she standing over there?
And again,
Coming this way. Which way did you
this
take
was
it?
handmade.
This way.
Oh.
There are some things in here you can touch. This one you can't touch.
Try to get the same shot. Let's see what you get.
After World War I,
Gone?
there was a soldier who we now call James, who lived here, lived in this room, and he did kill himself.
Mr. Nasty?
Huh?
Mr. Nasty? Or am I thinking
No.
of somebody else? Okay.
That's somebody different.
James is the one that hung himself?
Yeah, we have no documentation anywhere that he actually hung himself. People say that he hung in his attic, he hung himself up in the cupola, but we have no documentation of that anywhere. We do know that he died, that he is still in the house, and his name was not James, but his family still was in Brooksville, so they changed the name. That's the name we gave him.
Okay.
But again, we don't know. If we don't have documentation of something, we can't be accurate about it. Right? Do you have any questions about this room? Nope. Nope. Okay.
Nope.
Across the hall.
Oh, go ahead.
Was that a bedpan?
Yeah,
It was a bedpan?
it's a chamber pot.
We're going in here?
What's a chamber
All
pot?
of it's a chamber.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You just crawled off your bed and peed in the pot?
Actually, the chamber pots were used by women.
Yeah, right there.
Chamber pots were used by women. Men went outside.
Wow.
This is the
Communications.
third of John May's rooms. This is our communication room. This
Every room has a
switchboard
fireplace.
was used in Brooksville until 1974. And Virginia, who gave you the tour downstairs, is in here.
Payphone.
Phone booth came from one of the high schools. This is the reason we have so much trouble in the world today. Superman has no place to change him.
We have to have one of those at the end of the hallway, academic building
Yeah,
at the
it's
college,
totally.
and it still works.
He says so. This one probably does too.
It's like a fax machine.
Mm-hmm, right.
It's donated by the Telephone Pioneers.
Oh my.
It's got a sensor in it, and this is for the blind.
Oh.
They have actual softball teams. And the pitcher, the catcher, and the umpire are sighted. The rest of the team isn't, but there's a sensor that's in the field. We got two of those, and then we have the rail cards. The Telephone Pioneers have done a lot here. Post office boxes came from Mr. Chada. And this is something you'll appreciate. You know what this is?
Looks like a voting, they ballots.
Right.
Yeah, they
What do you
actually
do?
have one. They have one similar to that in the supervisor of elections up in Citrus County.
We need one now.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. Most kids will never have the pleasure of slamming the phone down in somebody's ear. It doesn't happen anymore. But if you wanted to see how calls actually worked, if somebody wants to dial that phone, do you dare? You want to dial it?
Huh?
You know how to dial the phone?
Come on, one of you young people do it.
Huh?
Pete's card.
Marie. I have a phone like that.
Do you?
Yeah, want to go down the phone?
Then you better get it from
my
my
grandma.
Wow.
I know how, I'm scared too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, wow.
Go ahead. Just dial the phone and then watch down here.
Okay.
Okay? Pick it up. Now dial a number. That's the number you're supposed to dial. So hang it up. And dial that number.
Sneak it on the phone and then have
Where's
to
the
hang it
two?
up if you have to make a mistake and start all over again.
Yeah.
I'm confused, what?
Two.
On the battery.
Camera's on there?
Yeah. I've been recording the whole time.
I recorded a little bit.
Going into Jesse May's room. You all know.
That right there.
Yes.
What is, ma'am?
Yeah,
What is that big thing right there?
up on the wall.
It's just part of the wiring.
Part of the wiring for the phones? Wow. Okay.
I know usually it's got a cooler spot. They don't have the air on or something.
Huh?
They must not have the air on.
Right.
We assume that Marina died in his bed after Jesse May was born. Jesse May died 3 months later. Jesse May is still here. Marina's still here. You never know.
Yeah.
The one thing
Yes.
in this room that nobody ever touches.
Is
Those two dolls.
Yeah.
Those two dolls are creepy.
They are kind of creepy. They're pre-Civil War. They've been there a long time. But when the paranormal investigators have come in here with everything they use, they have heard Jesse May saying, "Don't touch my babies." And they did have someone here.
We got a
decided
lot,
that they wanted
yeah.
to clean the dolls one time. Took the dolls out and wiped off their faces, put them on the bed. Left
Yeah,
them
I'm
alone.
not allowed to
About
use it.
20 minutes
It's not on the
later,
tour.
the cradle was in pieces. So they came back and put it back together. So nobody touches the dolls.
How?
The dollhouse that's there was donated by the woman who made it. And aside from what's in there, we have items for every holiday.
What is this under there?
What?
Under there?
There's a box of dolls and toys under there they use.
Look at this.
Now where are they at?
That's creepy. I know. Got some needles? Yep, yep.
Dr. Stringer wanted a closet. There were no closets in there. So he did build a closet here, he built the wall out.
This is all moved, everything's moved around.
And again,
When was the last time you were here?
It's been a long time.
now the other thing in this house is that, people couldn't run to the banks. They had things that they had to keep safe. So there is, a hidden drawer in this dresser.
Oh, I don't see that.
This is new. This wasn't here before.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
They got baby clothes.
Yeah, they keep all their
Mm-hmm. Where's the hidden drawer?
Right
And there was
underneath.
also,
What, it just looks like it's the bottom of the dresser?
Right
Yeah.
next to it was great.
Oh, look at them shoes.
there is also a,
My aunt has a dresser from the Civil War and a bed.
box.
Wow. So is this new?
This came,
Oh yeah. I can
about
see
2
it.
months ago. It was
Okay,
donated to us
yeah.
about 2 months ago.
Yeah, it wasn't here before.
It's a toddler bed, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
folding toddler bed.
Yeah.
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 I don't think the dollhouse was here either.
When they did spring cleaning,
You're not gonna get me.
they would take these mattresses out and open them up. The mattresses were filled with cotton and corn cobs. They draw out the corn cobs, dry out the cotton, replace everything and bring it back once a year.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, so, but unfortunately, they didn't have, mattress firm to go to.
Right.
Okay. One into
Major ceiling.
Like that potty chair thing wasn't here either.
Oh. This is Sally Mae's dolls, right?
Jessie Mae.
Jessie.
Yeah. Well, they're probably donated. They're probably in her era.
Well, these are her dolls.
Yes.
Did you say those were the little girl's dolls, or these ones?
Are they were her dolls, or were
we
they?
believe they were,
Oh, okay.
but they become hers.
Yeah.
She's kind of taken them off.
And I've been here millions of times where
Next, this would have been
part of a paranormal investigation. I've done night times here and everything. Yeah. Okay. Now up to the
Oh, it is
attic.
very hot in that attic today.
It's hot in the whole house today. How come?
We're waiting for the work to be done underneath the house so they can reattach some of the ducts.
Oh,
Some of the ducts are loose.
I was gonna say it's usually cooler in here.
Hi.
Holy moly. It's hotter up here.
Hey, I have the same blanket.
Your attic tour.
Do you?
Yeah.
But this is the gallery / kind of landing port. We have old pictures of Bristol. There's
Holy
panorama.
Jesus.
Oh wow, he looks
It's
like
inside.
he looks like he's sucked blood. He's got a lot of blood in him.
Yeah.
They don't care.
What is it?
Yeah.
It's a wasp or something.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I'm allergic to bees.
Are you?
Yes.
Scooch over and go in the attic and let the spirits get you.
Yeah.
That's a wasp?
He's on the
He's in
inside.
the inside.
He's on the inside.
He's in the inside.
How did we get in?
Fire extinguisher.
Don't fall down the stairs. Let's just go in the attic. He'll be fine. You go.
Okay. I'm gonna start on one. Okay, back.
Go ahead. That'll be all right.
There's none in here. I don't know where they put the water. It's in here, and then they keep moving it every so often. The landing has pictures of old Brooksville. It even has a logbook from an old hotel that burned down, and there's a looking up Chicago. And that's the farthest one.
Hey Jennifer,
Read at it.
it's got a picture of your cousin Elvis.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
Elvis was here.
Oh my gosh, there's a chest.
Look at this bed.
So we believe somebody lived up here for 5 reasons. There is enough space in this attic to put a few beds, even anything. Yes, there is a creepy mannequin down there.
There's a what?
Don't let us speak there.
A creepy what?
I hate the creeps.
Oh.
It's just because it's just don't mess with their shit. It's
Holy crap.
demonic. But there's enough space. There's enough light with all 3 windows, and even if you open up that door with that window, even with ventilation. So with that window, you have any windows that are in there, this window, and that window. There, this
I don't have a.
window right here leads to
You
a
don't?
balcony.
Heck no, I don't need it.
Oh.
There is a small balcony here, and why build a balcony? Nobody's gonna live up here.
That's true.
No, you don't.
Also, this is bolted into the wall. It could have been a writing desk, it could have been a vanity, it could have been a nightstand.
Yeah.
So there was a million things that it could have been, but we believe this could have been where Dr. Stringer, if he had slaves, they could have been up here. He could have had patients stay up here. This could have been his man cave, too. So he could have had, if he was like kicked out of bed, so he could stay up here.
I'm so hot.
Yeah, it's the hottest
Excuse
part.
me.
It's the air conditioned blocked off by the jewelry thing, but it's original floors. It's original floors, original cedar shingles, but we did put a timber over it for weather purposes.
Yeah. You can walk back there.
Huh?
Walk back there. When we spent the night here, it was never this hot.
It's from our haunted house that we do. So they just never took it down.
Go look at her face. It's really creepy.
I'm waiting for it to start moving. Looks like it's sweat. Looks like it's sweat.
Did I get you? Does it?
Yeah, if you look up close, it looks like it's sweat.
It's all blurry. If it gets me, don't you dare do what I did to you.
No, but look on the side.
Oh, it does. It looks
See?
like she's
And
sweating.
on the back, the neck,
Are you hot?
right?
When you should have her head started shaking, she said,
That's
yeah.
what I'm just waiting for it to turn and look at it.
I know.
They were like rearranging the room there.
Oh man, it's hot in here. I feel like I'm gonna die.
I know.
Oh, that's the worst part of the world. Oh my god.
Oh, that's what hits button though. You hit the button and it does it on its own.
Well, no, it's not one of those.
I do.
You do?
I guess you know that
You're supposed to play it yourself.
Yeah, I've seen
from
it.
watching the videos.
Jordan.
Oh my god.
You want to use my phone now?
Okay, I've got to get out of the attic. I'm
Oh my
I'm
god.
about
I know.
I just tore it
Let's
off.
skip away from that.
This dresser right here, this dresser,
Okay,
this
we're gonna go ahead and see where the wasp is before we get out of here, because I'm allergic.
chilling by the window.
Is it still there?
Killing bottom.
I have no clue. There was wasp right. It was hidden over there because we have mud daubers that live here.
Uh-huh.
Mud daubers.
They build little nests. But usually they're not in that room. I don't know where he came in from though. Could have been the window. But this trunk
Oh my
is
god,
a
that gives
late
me
1800s, early
That gives
1900s
me
actual trunk.
Okay.
Are
Are you guys all together?
It looks like a dresser. Normally trunks, they just open up and it's in there. But it's dresser style, so it's pretty cool.
Okay, it flew
You might
out.
see yourself.
Yeah, I know I accidentally walked in front of the camera a couple times.
That's all right. Where'd you go?
I'm right here.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's too hot. If we decide to do another overnight, we need to do it in the winter,
Right?
where it's you know, where it's cool, because it's too hot.
See it?
Yeah, cool.
Right there.
The
I
millet.
tried to get another picture, the same picture, and it was gone.
Wow.
I was showing him.
Yeah. Now, when we were in the military room, something came right in my face and went up. Did you?
It was like almost right in between us.
Yeah.
I know, I seen it.
I hope we got it on
And it
camera.
went in the kitchen, and when I looked back in the kitchen, it looked like someone was walking in the kitchen.
See, I grew up in a house on shore.
No
They like
way.
your butt, Marie.
Oh my God. Something just touched my butt.
Something always touches
And it
your
was like,
little-
oh my God. That was crazy.
It was, what's her name?
Jessie May?
Jessie May. See, Jessie
Or
May.
Mr. Nasty.
She's trying to get it to your attention, Jessie May.
That was scary.
I grew up in a house that
I want to
lived
see if
in
it
a house
happens
when I
again.
was young,
Something touched my butt right there, guys.
And later we sold that house and moved back to the original house. And when we moved back to the original house, my sister, who was 9 years younger than me, didn't want to go back to the house because she swore that the house was haunted. And we used to make jokes about it, that, you know, shades just flying out for no reason, doors opening up and all that. I never saw anything. But my parents...
Guys, as I was standing at the bottom of the steps, something went doo-doo-doo right on my butt. My right butt cheek. Something touched me. And then when we was in the military room, I know I was filming the whole time, so when we was in the military room, something, can't even explain what it was. If it was a spirit that flew up in front of us or between me and Jennifer, I hope we got it on camera. I looked at her, I'm like, what the heck was that? It was right in front of us. It was amazing. So I hope to God that we got it on the camera and that you guys get to see it. But something just touched my butt. Little freaky. Little freaky.
But for the house I grew up in, it was just sort of fun. So,
What do you think?
Pretty cool place.
Hope it touched your butt.
I've been tapped on my shoulder,
That's
but
crazy.
my butt has not been touched. Maybe they don't like my butt, I don't know.
That is crazy.
So we're gonna go this way.
Okay.
Is this the second?
Condition as we go down. There are old pictures of Brooksville on this if you want to look at them.
I know.
They are?
Jessie May, you in here? Come out and play.
What is that?
Huh?
See the old baby shoes?
I know, it's crazy. All the cool stuff. Is it getting cooler as you get down?
Kinda, sorta. I'm holding on because I'm afraid of being pushed.
Yeah. Oh, I got to the bottom step before they touched my butt.
Okay, we got 2 rooms to do toast.
Mm-mm.
do you guys have a public restroom?
In the doctor's office.
In the doctor's office?
Yeah, climb up on that table and put your legs in. I didn't hear that. He did not hear that.
But we also have, we also have the volunteer at the night of those stores, also volunteer. We also have Ray, Civil War reenactment.
No, I haven't seen
We rent chairs and things for them, and we get able-bodied people for that. So we're always looking for volunteers. Check it out.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
I need to use the bathroom.
You're gonna use the bathroom? We're gonna use the
And then she's gonna show us that
So then you
room.
can show, yeah, it's
Okay,
actually
when
these
she
2
goes
rooms.
back, then let me know, okay.
Oh, there's somebody in there right now.
Yeah, they haven't heard the history of the two ladies, so.
This is the room that something flew up in between us. I wonder what it was. And I hope it was seen in the camera. If you can show yourself now, show yourself.
Yeah, we're gonna be down there until November. Yeah, but if he doesn't get another job in Congress, then I'll definitely.
What? What? Did something touch you? Yes. What was it?
I don't know.
Where did it touch you at?
Like this.
Oh God. They're touching my butt and touching you.
Look.
She got chills, oh my God.
See my hairs?
A lot of times that one dude will grab your head like he did me in the pantry that time.
Just his arm got chills.
That's crazy.
Can you see?
I can see. That's crazy. I know, I wish they would show themselves in the camera. I hope that whatever we seen in the military room comes out in the camera. Was you filming or just snapping?
Okay, so I got touched twice in this place. I don't think they like my butt because nobody touched my butt.
You touched mine.
I got tapped on the shoulder and my arm grabbed, so.
Wow.
Powder room.
Powder room. All right. Let's go into the bathroom. Guys, you want to go with me? It's cool in here. It's not funny. It's not funny.
When somebody first comes in, I say, welcome to the May Stringer house.
Well, thank you.
May Stringer after the two gentlemen that actually built the house, because it's actually two houses.
Oh, this is actually two houses?
Two houses. This is the original house. The parlor, the dining room, and the two rooms straight above, which made the communications room and Jessie Mae's room. The rest of the house wasn't here before the Civil War. Then after the Civil War, when Dr. Stringer purchased the house, he started adding a room here and a room there, and then the 4 rooms became 14 rooms. So that's how the house kind of grew. Okay?
And he put fireplaces in every one of the rooms.
Right. And you know about the little pictures over there? That's what the house looked like when we purchased it in 1981. You can see what bad shape the house was in, and there was absolutely nothing in the house. The floors had been painted black. The wainscoting had been painted black.
So was all the furniture and everything just donated?
Nothing.
Everything was donated?
Everything in this house has been donated by the city of Hernando County. We don't purchase anything. We're not sponsored by the city, the county, or the state. We're strictly the Hernando Historical Association. Everybody that works here on a volunteer basis. Nobody gets paid. And like I said, everything you see has been donated. Some of the things have come back to the house. For instance, those books over there in the library. That picture up there is Frederick, Dr. Stringer's son, who was a lawyer and became a judge. And those are his law books that have come back to the house. And then there is one thing in here that belonged to the house that came with the house, and that's the mantelpiece.
The mantle?
The mantle. But it had been coated, so many coats of paint, it took us a whole summer
Wow.
to get down to the natural wood. But it's beautiful if you look at it.
Mm-hmm. It is.
So that's something that has come back to the
What about this wallpaper?
We put it in.
Really?
We found out that Dr. Stringer's wife loved roses. She used to have a rose garden out here. So we picked roses, but we went to a place that deals in period wallpaper. So it's from around that period of time. So we tried to stay, within that period as much as we could.
So was the pocket doors, was that here?
Oh no, the pocket doors now were put in when Dr. Stringer started the additions on the house. He had his office over there, so what he did was he put the pocket doors in so that they could shut it, have privacy from the house and privacy from his office, and have it separated.
Okay. So he had people come into his house for doctor visits.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's the way to do it. You gotta pay for nothing.
And the history of the land now goes back to 1842, when they had something called the Armed Occupations Act that allowed a person to come to Florida if they lived on it for 5 years, cleared 5 acres, raised a crop, and built a house, a dwelling, that the house was there, or the land was theirs, free and clear. That's 160 acres.
Wow.
And the gentleman that got this 160 acres name was Richard Wiggins, and he sold it to John May, and then John May built the 4 rooms here.
So where's the 160 acres?
We're sitting probably in the middle of it.
So it was other houses all the way around us then?
Well, no.
The town.
This was all countryside. This was all country.
So like the whole downtown?
No roads, there were no roads, no nothing.
Wow.
There was the courthouse because later on, it was John May, and John May donated. In fact, it must have covered part of that land because John May donated 15 acres to start the city of Brooksville to build the courthouse.
Oh, okay.
So 15 acres of what he donated would have been part of his 160 acres.
Okay. So Marina died giving birth, right?
Yes.
And then the baby died 3 months later?
Yes. No.
So 3 months?
Jessie lived to be 3.
Oh, 3 years later, that's okay.
This is a picture of her here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
That's his second family.
John May, but
That was her after she died.
Mm-hmm.
Jessie May, who was her father?
Saxon, Frank Saxon.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Saxon is her
Saxon.
whole name.
Okay, so John May died,
Yes.
and Marina
Before she
married
was born.
Frank Saxon.
Yes.
Okay.
He had 2 daughters by Marina, though, before he died, John May did.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, well, when they first built this house, he had a wife and 2 young daughters.
Okay.
So that's when he first came here. When he
And what were
died-
their names?
To tell you the truth, I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Okay.
I do know there's a census with their names on it, but I'm lucky if I.
Well, out at the Brooksville Cemetery, like Frank Saxon's buried out at the Brooksville Cemetery.
Yeah,
And there's others. There's a Jessie May out there, but we know it's not the baby.
right,
Because it's an older Jessie May.
right, because see, he also, with his second family, had a Jessie.
So then it's that Jessie May
Right.
that's at the
Now, that's
Brooksville
just
Cemetery.
Jessie, not Jessie May.
Well, at the cemetery it
This
says
is
Jessie May.
Saxon.
Well, at the cemetery, the tombstone says Jessie May.
Well, then it would be John May's child, not Frank Saxon's child.
Saxon. It's a Saxon.
Does it say Jessie May Saxon or Jessie May?
Well, it says Jessie May, and the big headstone for everybody's Saxon. The
Well,
Saxon.
then it might be in memory of her,
probably-
but she's
it's
supposed to be
probably-
buried on this property.
Right. Yeah. Do you guys have an idea
No.
of where you think?
The woman that trained me, Virginia Jackson, thinks it's out front because twice they've had to put sand in there because the ground continues to sink.
There's a
And that's
sinkhole
what
here.
usually happens over old graves.
So she thinks it's in the front yard?
But
Just look where they keep putting sand.
But the thing is, if they owned 160 acres, she could be buried somewhere else, not even on this immediate
could be
property.
anywhere, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Because Marina would
So-
know where she's buried also.
So Frank Saxon and, okay,
his
that's
second-
that's his second family, and
Yeah.
they're all their children.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, they are all buried out at the Brooksville Cemetery. But yeah, Jessie May, we kind of did spirit, and we did dowsing rods, and to kind of get an idea of where Jessie May, and it took us to the tree back here in the corner. So I wanted somebody else to come with dowsing rods and try it and see if it takes them to the same spot.
Is that this house?
That's the Saxon house.
Oh yeah, we can go over there.
That's the one you stayed in, right?
Saxon
Yeah.
Manor, that's
Yep.
over.
Yeah, you guys did that overnight there. That's,
Right.
Okay.
Yes. Now we did a couple of late nights here too, but
You had
yeah,
a
the
lot of
three
stuff
girls. Oh, well, stuff we didn't even know was happening. It was happening behind us. That was creepy. Now out here, she said there was the pictures of how they got the place in 1981.
That's what the house looked like in 81, yeah.
1981. So did it have the front porch? Yeah, it did. Okay.
Yeah, but you can see on the bottom picture, well, there's no railing or anything on the bottom.
Yeah.
floor.
Yeah.
So you guys put a railing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, yeah, they did a good job on this place.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that woman right there was behind it all, put it that way. This was.
And who is she?
Mm-hmm.
Right
That's
up-
Virginia Jackson,
Virginia Jackson.
So she made it out possible for this.
pretty much, with all her hard work and her
That's right in front of the
family.
courthouse.
They had a beautiful
Yeah,
yard.
she passed away about 3 years ago.
Oh.
I miss her real bad.
Is this them too, or no?
No, that's Dr. Hensley now. He's the one that, the Saxon, okay. This is Saxon's granddaughter. I have to look at this again. See,
Did you hear that?
If I don't do it, Margaret
What was that?
I have no.
Margaret Elizabeth likes Stringer Faircloth. That's who sold it to him.
Oh,
And
okay.
then he sold it to us. She was the last stringer to live in this house, and then he sold it to us. And he was a benefactor of ours until he passed away.
Okay. This is really
Yeah,
gorgeous.
Is everything else upstairs?
it's really neat.
Maybe turn off the air.
Okay, well, thank you for your tour.
All right, ladies.
Thank you
Did
so
get
much.
one of these?
No.
You got it?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Is that top thing a map of Brooksville?
What you do?
What is that?
It's a map to show you how to get to the train depot from here.
Oh, yeah. The train depot's not open today, right?
Well, not now, anyway.
Okay.
Do you want one of these that has all the
The schoolhouse is closed right now,
Sure.
too.
Do you want one of them that has all the activities? Can we have two, please?
Yeah.
We don't live together. She just came down from Georgia this morning.
Thank you so much.
Okay, you got it?
Yes, thank you.
All righty.
You ladies have a wonderful
Okay,
day.
Thank you.
wonderful to you guys enjoy the rest of the day. Turn to your left.
Stuck
And have a secret turn.
Thank you.
What'd you do with your cup? You got it?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Hey, wait, I'm gonna have her take a picture.
Oh.
Excuse me. Could I ask somebody to take a photo of me and her together?
What, the redness on my arm?
Yes. All right, so she was grabbed in the May Stringer house. And look, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's red right here where she was grabbed. And then she was, you was grabbed and you were touched.
Tapped on the shoulder.
Tapped on the shoulder. And then I was touched on the butt. Oh my God.
You
and
always
then,
get tapped on the butt.
I know, but wait till we get to the,
They like your butt.
like that military room. I want to see what that was. That was scary. And it's funny because I looked at,
It went, I seen it. It went more towards over you, but it was almost right in between.
and what was it?
I don't know.
It was crazy, guys. Something flew past us.
But then when I looked back this way,
Quiet down.
but when I looked, like, here's the window. When I looked back this way, I could see someone walking in there.
The funny thing was we looked
So-
at each other like, did you see that?
Because we both seen it, and then did you hear what?
It just...